Becoming Supernatural, yes please, right? Who doesn't want superpowers? Totally in. But then as I'm walking by, I see this book, and I remember telling this story, and the book's by Dr. Joe Dispenza. I don't actually know anything about his backstory. I'm gonna make this video, and then I'm gonna look him up and tell you about him in a different video. But I read a different book by him, and I'm gonna add the picture here because I took it because it was called Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, something like that. You'll see from the title. And I told friends, like, this book changed my life, and I don't even really remember it, like where it was, where I saw it. And so then I grabbed this book, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's the same guy, the same author. So yeah, I'm excited to jump in. I hope you are too. So right away, this starts with a quote from Tony Robbins. And in terms of things that changed my life, I actually got to hear Tony Robbins speak during COVID, and that was insane too. So we're like 2 for 2 in terms of synchronicities on Becoming Supernatural. So we aren't even through the foreword yet, and already it's hitting hard. As the acceptance of expanded human potential gains mainstream momentum, the question has shifted from what is possible in our lives to how do we do it? How do we awaken our extraordinary potential in everyday life? Man, yes, please. In the spring of 1998, side note from me, in 1998, I was 10, so I was not on this. I facilitated a group pilgrimage into the highlands of Western Tibet. Our route led us directly to the remote cave of the 11th century poet, mystic, and yogi. I can't say that. I apologize. Known in his day simply as Milarepa. Okay, so here's something really cool. Again, in case you wanted more stories from me, I once went on a pilgrimage. Well, I read The Pilgrimage by Paulo Coelho, which is another one of those books that you read on the quest towards becoming supernatural, right? And actually, I'm just gonna have like a bunch of my favorite books on this kind of stuff going by my face right now, so you should read all of those. Okay, so this is insane. We've only made it to the introduction, and I need to stop and talk about the very first page, like the very first sentence of the first page of the introduction. I realize that writing this book is a risk for me and my reputation. There are certainly people in the world, including some of the scientific community, who might call my work pseudoscience, especially after Becoming Supernatural makes its debut. I used to be overly concerned about the critics' opinions. In the early days of my career, I always wrote with skeptics in mind, trying to make sure that they would approve of my work. If you don't have superpowers, I can already tell you your problem is that you've never tried anything crazy, because you're like, oh no, everyone will think I'm crazy if I try this thing, so I'm not even gonna think of it. Boom, no superpowers for you. I haven't even read the book yet, but I'm sure it goes that way. But like, what are we doing here? It's like 3 hours later, and I've read 2 pages, so I'm a focus. Oh yeah, tune back soon for part 2 on this book.